Another book review, and it's funny, the title's Happiness, and I'm smiling like I'm all happy. I got to be honest with you, I started this book, and probably through, I don't know, 50% of the, oh, maybe not 50% of the book, but at least through part one, the first 46 pages, I thought, I'm going to start this video, and I'm going to do, I'm trying to make my collar look all pretty. Do I look sexy and beautiful here? I thought, I'm going to open this book review video with me going, I mean, good night. For 40 some pages. I was bored. Just couldn't get into it. But then, and you know what? It's funny. I call this the ADD book review because I only spent an hour with a book. But then I got interested and I couldn't stop. And I'm sitting in the hot tub and I'm reading them, holding the book up out of the out of the water, and I'm sitting in the water, and so the book's all moist. I'll sell this book to you if you want it, because it's it's kind of, the pages are kind of, you can't tell. Yeah, there you can. You can see the moisture from the hot tub. But okay, the book's called Happiness, and I thought during the first 45 pages, a practical guide was the dumbest subtitle or information anywhere. Will Buckingham wrote the book, but then I got past the first section and I got very interested, and I really couldn't put it down. It's funny, I kept reading, I kept reading, and I got very interested. Let me tell you what caught my interest, my attention. Talking about Aristotle and how Aristotle taught or believed that happiness is the root of all desire. Like, you say I want this job promotion, but why do you want the job promotion? Well, because I'd enjoy that more, and because I'd like to work with these people. And you say, well, why would you like to work with these people? Well, because I think why would you like this? Well, because, and ultimately all the becauses, no matter what you say, the thing that you want, when you keep stepping down to the root of it, the root is happiness. Happiness is that thing that you want just because you want it, and there's not some because beyond happiness. So Aristotle was saying happiness is the root of all desire. Epicurus, and good night, these names are going to be so hard. Epicurus and the philosophy called eudaimonism is happiness is freedom from suffering and desire. It's freedom from suffering and freedom from always wanting something more. Diogenes is the guy who you think of as cynicism, or cynic, the cynic, and cynic has a real bad connotation today in 2018, but it didn't always. A cynic talks a lot about like living like a dog. You might walk by a dog and it's licking itself, or you might walk by a dog and it's sniffing another dog's butt, or you might walk by a dog and it's eating. But the dog just does what's natural. The dog doesn't think, I wonder what people. It never crossed a dog's mind to do a book review. It never crossed a dog's mind to take a picture of their food and post it on Facebook. Dogs just do what's natural to them. Diogenes, whatever the guy's name is, I can't pronounce it. He ends up evidently being put in like a cage in public, and he just said, I'm going to act like a dog. And so he ate and he masturbated right there in front of God and everybody, and he just kind of had no thought. Stoicism is added to the idea of cynicism. What does nature mean? Thomas Aquinas was the old-timer religion. It was funny. There's a story about these monks that think they'll get Thomas Aquinas, I guess, and they tell a story about a fat monk. I don't know if Thomas Aquinas was the fat monk or not, but anyway, long story short, they go up to the window and they say, "Oh, come here quick!" And you'll see an ass is flying past the window, and Thomas Aquinas does that and doesn't see an ass, of course. And there's this famous phrase from him: "I would rather believe in a flying ass than a lying monk." I thought that was a pretty cool story, but Thomas Aquinas said there must be more. There must be a God. Happy comes from virtue and from grace. Buddhism, and I think the author might be a Buddhist. I don't know. He never said he is, but as I got to this point when he starts talking about Buddhism, it's almost like he's going, here, this is what we've been building to. Buddhism is Buddhism has some answers, some real answers to happiness. And Buddhism teaches us to meditate, and meditation has some real answers to happiness. And as I'm reading this book, I'm thinking, wow, how fascinating. I just read something else about meditation and it being a real thing to happiness. And I thought, where did that come from? Where was it? And then I remembered, oh yeah, it was in How to Be a Productivity Ninja. And in that How to Be a Productivity Ninja, there was that section about what is meditation, and something about how a meditation is a time where you calm the monkey. It's a monkey riding an elephant, and you calm the monkey that's always spitting out instructions, and the elephant is that deeper sense of who you are. Anyway, my recommendation about happiness would be this. Understand that you're probably going to struggle through the first 45 pages because I found it boring. That doesn't mean you will, but I did. I found the first 45 pages boring. But then there's a middle section that really opens up, and I kind of stopped before the very end. But I think the more practical guide comes to when it's talking about meditation. If you want to think about meditation or think about happiness or think about what other people have thought about happiness in the past, this is worth picking up. Happiness by Buckingham.